Hey Woodworkers, this is David Hickson with a next episode of what I'm working on right now in my shop here in the end of April in 2020. So I've got my top ready. I've done my sanding prior to assembly, and I've assembled some parts of the project here. So you can see here on the floor, these are some of my sub-assemblies, the end panel assemblies here, and the back panel with the frame and panel back, and then my drawers. I have glued all those up and have them in clamps, and we'll be ready to put those to use in the final assembly here coming up. I also have finished prepping my top. Here's the top. If I can flip this up with one hand here, you can see the beveled edge around the edge here. Did that by hand with a hand plane. That was a nice workout. Didn't take me too long, but got that done. And then on the top, I found a split on the edge of one board here, and that led me to thinking about using a bow tie here to strengthen that and kind of reinforce it, sort of Nakashima-like. When I decided to do that, I said, well, I have these other two knots. Why don't I kind of mix them up with cover them up with a bow tie also. So this here, there's a knot under there that I've basically covered up and filled in using a bow tie, and another bigger knot here that I've filled in the same way. So again, this is kind of going to have sort of a rustic feel to it with this oak with the iron stain in it here. So the whole piece is going to have a kind of a more rustic look to it, and so I think those bow ties in there are kind of a nice feature. Anyway, last thing I have to do is figure out what I'm going to finish this with. Whether there's I'm just going to put a penetrating oil varnish mix on it, like a Danish oil or something like that, or whether I'm also maybe going to try to stain it first to try to kind of even out the color a little bit, or if not even it out, maybe just sort of make it a little more uniform in the various tones, just so it sort of hangs together a little more. I don't know. I'm going to experiment on some scraps and see what I come up with. But that I've just final assembly and finishing now to do.